Saratoga? Oh, that would have rich people, huh?
This is a commonly held view, as Saratoga is one of the wealthiest communities in the United States. Because of the sheltered bubble they live in, they don't realize the reality of the extent of homelessness. However, just next door, San Jose has one of the highest populations of homelessness, 7,631 people. At first glance, this may not seem like a striking number for such a large city, but the numbers in San Jose are among the highest in the nation. This statistic is shocking because the Bay Area is such an affluent place, but the prosperity stops as you enter San Jose. Amanda Olson from Downtown Streets team shared her reasons for this disparity.
There are scientifically studies based on correlation. As rent prices increase, homelessness also increases. Just the cost and the barriers in and of itself makes it really difficult for people to live here in the Bay Area.
Homelessness has been around in America since the 1640s and has become even more prevalent today. Throughout the United States history, there have been booms. For example, during the Panic of 1857 and the Great Depression, the homeless population spiked dramatically. Then, during the 1960s and 70s, a change in policy removed people from psychiatric hospitals and left them on the streets. Another boom is happening right now due to the rising prices of homes, especially in the Bay Area. This past July, the Bay Area set a record for having the highest median prices of homes.
Rent prices in the Bay Area are astronomical. Just the price of a home on average here in the Bay Area is $1 million. How are people who can't even expect to make $1 million in their lifetime even think about living out here? So, I mean, it's much cheaper to buy a tent and live on the side of the road than it is to even attempt to get a house.
With such a high number of homeless people and the lengthy duration it has been around, it may seem like an impossible problem to fix. However, with the help of shelters, people have been able to recover from the problem. Anthony King is a prime example.
For me, being a formerly homeless person who I lived on the streets for about 15 years off and on, and about 3 years ago last week, I was living in an encampment that was not too far from the county offices here in San Jose. And a group approached me from a service provider, and they had this program called Housing 1000. And the day before Thanksgiving in 2013, I actually moved into my place, which I still live in now.
Although Anthony King's Housing 1000 program is now non-existent, there are others to take its place. One such example is the Coalition on Homelessness, a group working to lower the homeless population in San Francisco. Some places closer to home are Sacred Heart as well as West Valley Community Services. Homeless people can get emergency services they need at these locations. Volunteering and dedicating your time at these organizations is an impactful way to help eradicate homelessness. Another way to help with the problem is to vote for representatives, propositions, and laws that will alleviate the burden on the homeless. Your vote goes a long way. Measure A, which was passed during the last election, issued $950 million in bonds to fund affordable local housing. If everyone votes for laws like Measure A, we can make a huge difference in making the Bay Area a more inclusive and prosperous community for everyone. However, a more impactful and permanent solution to the issue of homelessness is to be empathetic and open-minded towards the homeless and understand the difficulties that they go through every day.
People think that just because someone's homeless, they're either a criminal, they're on drugs, or they have something so horrible with their life that they're all bad people. But that's a misconception. People don't even really know the stories behind. People lose their houses all the time. There's foreclosures in the state. There's plenty of people that are on the streets with families. They're not criminals. They're not on drugs either. So the misconception is not all homeless people are all bad people.
Homelessness isn't an identity. It is a situation. It is a point in time, a moment. It doesn't define the person.
A lot of people, they don't come out and talk to the people that are homeless. They just sit there and just a lot of people assume. You know, the society this day is just assuming, oh, they're on the streets or they're homeless or they're nobodies or lowlives.
So the next time you see a homeless person on the street, don't be quick to judge because every individual has their own story that you may not know.